I'm the crazy one for looking at the world the way I see it. Or maybe I'm a foolish one. Or maybe I'm just brave and didn't know it. Cause when I find it gets too tough, I find my way back up. Maybe I'm the lucky one. Maybe I'm the lucky one.
It's catchy, isn't it? That was Ryan O'Shaughnessy's brand new single, Lucky One. Well, he's wowed audiences on such stages as The Voice, Britain's Got Talent and the Eurovision. And Simon Cowell has even said he's a huge fan of his voice.
He joins us now from his home in Dublin to tell us about his new single. Ryan, you are very welcome to the show. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Ryan.
Good morning, Simon. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Anna. How are you doing?
We're doing great. That's a gorgeous song. Very good. Very catchy. That was a song that you wrote in LA during lockdown. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the song was actually written about 2 weeks before lockdown with my good friend Hustle Standard. I spent about, I think it was about 70 days I spent in lockdown in LA just after writing that track. But we decided that we should release it because the opening line is like, it's like a shake me moment. How did it come to this? No physical connection. Is there something that we've missed? So it was before lockdown that I was even thinking these things. We were trying to make sense of the world. And I think it's now during this time where we can really reflect on the state of the world and really what is going on. So I think it's a good song for now.
It's very relevant and very poignant, actually, the lyrics now. How was your whole trip home, Ryan? Because you were in LA and then you returned to Dublin to isolate. How did that all play out?
That was a really interesting trip, actually. So I got an email from Homeland Security basically saying, you got to leave. Even though it's a pandemic, you have to leave. You can't overstay your visa in the States.
Yeah.
So I booked a flight, and Aer Lingus were brilliant. They put me on standby to get me home, and there was actually Spirit Airlines flew me from LA to Chicago, and the flight was packed, and it's the most amount of people I'd seen in 70 days because I was in strict lockdown in LA. So it was quite worrying. So when I got home, I did a strict 14-day quarantine. And then I was happy to be able to see the family after that 14 days. But there's actually, I did a vlog and it's on my YouTube channel. So people can go and check that out and you can see kind of how it was, the whole journey home.
There's the video that we just saw, Ryan. It's a brilliant video. I mean, it captures you on your travels. That's something that's obviously very important to you and that you love doing. It's a passion of yours, different countries, different cultures. How are you finding it at the moment, thinking, when will I be able to do that again?
You're right, Simon. Like I've got many passions, and music is obviously my first love, and I actually travel the world thanks to music. I'm able to play gigs in different parts of the world, and last year I was lucky enough to spend 6 months in South America. So I did 2 months in Colombia, I did 2 months in Peru, and about a month and a half in Ecuador. But I spent 14 days in the jungle in the Amazon out there as well. So I captured all this footage. And I suppose looking back now, how lucky I am to have been able to do that before all this happened. And I suppose that's kind of what the song is about, how lucky are we to be able to experience all these things in life. And I think a lot of the time people can get bogged down in the negatives. And it's so important to just take a minute for yourself sometimes and think, you know what, I'm lucky I've got my family. My grandparents are doing good at the moment, So I'm actually within the 5 kilometre radius. I can go and I can visit them. I can have a distance cup of tea with them.
Which is lovely.
I'm just grateful for all these little things in life. And I think travel for me kind of gives me that bit of outlook.
But as someone who's an artist and someone who spends their time in a creative space, something like that, traveling like that, it's inspirational to you, because I'd imagine that you're sourcing materials all the time. You're experiencing different things. It's expanding your horizon when it comes to you sitting down there and thinking, what can I write about?
Yeah, for sure. Like there's some moments when I'm away and I'm, I could be hanging out with people. I could be partying, or I could be, sitting on a beach, and I'm not thinking about, am I getting inspiration here? It's kind of later on when you come back to normality, or you come back to Ireland and you sit down, you're like, right, what do I want to write about? That's when all these memories and all these things come back to you. So for me, it's a really vital part of being an artist is just experiencing things.
Of course, and we'll experience all that fun stuff again. You played Mark Halpin in Fair City, Ryan, for 10 years. I hadn't realised you went in at 8 years of age. Yeah,
I spent half my life in RTE.
You grew up there.
I grew up there. Yeah, there's some pictures there that you know, it's really funny. You know, in school they used to call me Fair City Boy, and I suppose it was just something I was used to for so long. And then when I found music, I said, right, I've done acting. I did it for half my life. So I said I've kind of done that Fair City thing. So I'll get into music. But
we just saw an amazing shot of you and a very young looking Ryan Andrews there going head to head. It's incredible, isn't it?
I actually sent that to Ryan Andrews a couple of weeks ago, and he got a great laugh out of it.
I'm sure he did. So listen, tell us about the new single. Obviously, it's out now. People can go and download it, etc. Tell us about the original inspiration for writing the song, because you say it's very time appropriate now, the lyrics. But where did the song come from originally?
So like a lot of people might know my music for, you know, writing love songs and, you know, pour my heart out in song. But I kind of wanted to, going forward, like I've released 7 songs this year already. And that could be like on EPs or, you know, people can find that stuff on YouTube too. But for this one, I wanted to make a single that resonated with people. And as I said, like previously, just to allow people to reflect on what are they grateful for? What am I happy for being here? And myself and the co-writer and producer of The Hustle Standard, we just sat down that day and we were really niggling over lyrics just to try and get them right. Just to give a message of positivity, you know, think about the good times and you know, the world is a better place at the end of it. That's the kind of inspiration.
Ryan, we haven't even got to The Voice, Britain's Got Talent, you doing us proud in the Eurovision. We've so much to talk about, but we're out of time. Can I just ask you very briefly, would you consider doing Eurovision again?
I'd love to do Eurovision again. You know why? Because it's an amazing party. It's so much fun. Anyone who's been out there, it's just some crack. I didn't think it would be. But yeah, it's definitely something, and I love writing songs for that kind of competition too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always writing songs and entering songs for different things.
Well, you gave us an iconic moment as well in your entry, because it was the first to feature the same-sex couple, wasn't it, Ryan?
Exactly. Never say never, right? Isn't that the key?
What's that?
Never say never. You might be back on stage there again. Listen, we appreciate your time. Look after yourself, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks a million, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Stay safe.
Cheers.
Now, Ryan's new single, Lucky One, is available on all digital outlets from today.
Coming up next, the best beauty essentials to have at home. Don't go anywhere.